Thursday morning, you know what that means. And he's on the microphone with Brian and Gene. The morning sickness show is where I want to be. Strumming my guitar, soft and gently. Where bacon rules all, and Bloody Marys are tall. And Pearl Street beers chase them all. I'm here to sing to you, tell you have a great day. And don't forget to come rock out with Tug Sunday.
Our good buddy Andy Hughes with the Thursday song to kick things off this morning. We're going to get to somebody's effing song in just a couple of minutes, not too long from now. Shaw's out today, so we'll handle all of the news and whatnot. It's Pi Day, 3.14.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh,
yeah. So we'll have some
Okay.
Pi Day deals. Everybody's always trying to cash in on these rando holidays. Pi Day is no different. More on that a bit later on. Looks like weather-wise, going to be much cooler. No rain yet, though.
50s, yeah. There was no rain in most of the area last night, which I was expecting. It kind of looked like it was clouding up, and it looked like it was there, but it never
definitely
really...
at the end of the afternoon when I was getting ready for dinner and messing around with the grill, it seemed like it was starting to cloud up. And
I agree.
Yeah. But no rain here in La Crosse last night. 49 today. Rain in the forecast. 53 and sunny tomorrow to wrap up the work week. We'll get to some news in just a bit. Also, the latest from Pearl Jam and some Van Halen. Get in touch with us. Visit rockmornings.com.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
Once again, Scott Robert Shaw is gone today. Out. Gone. He's here. I mean, he's...
With us?
Yes, but he's not in the building. He's not working today, so...
That's right.
It was weird. Sorry. Strange. So we'll be handling the brunt of the news and whatnot this morning. The big news yesterday in government was the TikTok thing. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah.
But they have apparently voted to get rid of TikTok, to ban it completely.
This is not a ban on TikTok. I'm a grandmother of teenagers. I understand the entertainment value, the educational value, the communication value, the business value for some business on this. This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe. A winner. A winner.
Jesus.
What
Whatever
was that?
Nancy Pelosi's smoking, I want some of it, because you get these old people, and good on her to say, look, I got grandkids that are on this thing. I get it, right? It's important to them. But don't start talking TikToks and tic-tac-toe, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shut up. U.S. House of Representatives voting yesterday to pass a bill that could lead to a nationwide ban against TikTok, one of the world's most popular social media apps. Not yet clear what the future of the bill will be in the Senate. The House vote was 352 to 65, with 50 Democrats and 15 Republicans voting in opposition. Obviously a rare show of bipartisanship. The measure advanced unanimously out of the powerful House Energy and Commerce Committee. And President Joe Biden has said he would sign the bill if it makes it to his desk. So this is all because of Chinese spying, right? That's the deal?
Apparently, but I don't know. I got to do more because I don't understand.
Well, there's other video platforms. I mean, YouTube is huge, right? The videos on TikTok can go on YouTube, can't they? Facebook has its own video thing, right? You can do videos on Graham and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it will be interesting to see what happens, because this is the first time a platform, where they're going after the platform itself, the source of where all that's coming from, and saying that that's the problem, that's the issue, and I don't...
Well, they want the app to transition to a U.S. company, right? They want the...
Right.
TikTok in the U.S., they wanted to part ways with their Chinese parent company, ByteDance. In order for that to happen, they got to ban it first, I guess. Put pressure on them.
Okay, we'll see.
Sad news about the eagles that are trying to hatch them eggs.
Oh, no, not the 3. Is this the 3?
Yeah, so very popular webcam right now with the 2 eagles that are trying to hatch the 3 eggs, and apparently they missed the window right now. They're past the window of when they were supposed to hatch, and they don't have any eagles yet. Jackie and Shadow, the bald eagle couple that have been waiting for the arrival of their young, 3 eggs have yet to hatch, missing the 35-day watching window by a couple of days. Friends of Big Bear Valley, the organization that runs that 24-hour live feed of the eagles, said in a post on Facebook on Monday, quote, as of today, there have been no confirmed pips in any of the eggs. This is later than Jackie's eggs have hatched in the past, so it is probably unlikely for them to hatch at this point. But as someone pointed out to me, miracles do happen.
When we took the dogs for a walk last night, I saw 5 eagles on the river behind where we were at. 2 of them immature, so not bald, but man, the wingspan of those was nuts. But I was like, oh, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're everywhere right now.
And it looks like UWL's got a new chancellor.
I saw that too.
So they've been having, obviously, problems since Joe Gao got fired because he was making porn with his wife.
Correct.
And porn stars. And, yeah. So UWL has been looking for a new chancellor, and they interviewed a bunch of people. They had the gal that was in charge, interim. But they hired the guy from New Hampshire, from Keene State.
Brewery? Am I saying it wrong?
James Beebe.
Beebe. Sorry.
I think it's Beebe. It's Beeby, so I'm assuming it's Beebe. He was picked by the UW Board of Regents to lead the lacrosse campus starting in July. He's a provost at Keene State College. One of the 3 finalists for the chancellor job spoke at one of the forums at UWL last week. And, yeah, recommended by Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman, Special Regents Search Committee. And, yeah, $281,000. That's what you get as the chancellor over there. It's a pretty good gig. Nice little chunk of change. About $18,000 more than what Joe Gao was making.
Does that start with the next school?
July 1st.
Okay.
So I'm assuming there's much like the NFL, maybe there's probably a new start to the school year kind of thing, as opposed to January 1st by the calendar. But, yeah, BB taking over for UWL in the chancellor position now that Joe Gao's gone. I still don't know. Are they still going to meet and talk about Joe Gao as maybe coming back as a teacher?
That is the last I heard, correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, as a professor, staying on in that kind of a role. And that was up for debate, I think.
We've got sports in a bit. Also some Van Halen. We'll get to that VH after the latest from Pearl Jam and Stark Matter.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That, of course, Van Halen. Eruption / You Really Got Me. Before that, the latest from Pearl Jam, Dark Matter. It's a good tune.
Yeah, I dig it. Yep, me too.
Like it. Bucks have lost 3 of their last 4 games. They were off last night, and they're at home tonight against the 76ers at 7 p.m. Obviously, that road trip on the West Coast, not good. Losing 3 of those 4 games. Big Ten tournament kicked off yesterday with Maryland over Rutgers, 65-51. Penn State over Michigan, 66-57. Today, the Big Ten tournament continues with Michigan State taking on Minnesota. That game will be at noon on the Big Ten Network, followed by the Badger game. Badgers will be taking on Maryland, who, of course, beat Rutgers yesterday. That game will be at about 1:30 on the Big Ten Network. It's about 25 minutes after the first game ends. Then you've got Iowa taking on Ohio State at about 6:30 on the Big Ten Network. And then finally, you've got Indiana and Penn State later on this evening. Speaking of teams from Wisconsin, sad news for the Brewers as their closer, Devin Williams, diagnosed with 2 stress fractures in his back. Expected to miss about 3 months.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. Not good. Brewers closer Devin Williams, 2 stress fractures in his back, expected to miss around 3 months. And another team from Wisconsin is going to be without their star for the start of the Big East tournament, Tyler Kolek. Not ready to go for Marquette. Missed the team's final 3 games of the regular season due to an oblique injury. Will sit out the Golden Eagles' first game of the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden later on today.
Yeah, those last-minute injuries right before big deciding playoff games is rough.
NFL free agency still
Yeah.
People moving around.
All over the place.
Yeah. Indianapolis Colts veteran quarterback Joe Flacco agreeing to a one-year deal worth up to $8.7 million. Flacco played for the Browns last season, won the NFL Comeback Player of the Year honor. Will get about $4.5 million guaranteed in that deal, so good for him. Meanwhile, a change is needed. That was the phrase that they said. The Louisville Athletic Department Director, Josh Heard.
Yeah, what happened?
Announced that Kenny Payne had been fired as the men's basketball coach. Kenny Payne finishes his Louisville career with a record of 12-52. Just one win away from home. One win away from home. So out of those 12 games that he won, one of them was on the road. The other 11 were all at home. Cardinals season ended on Tuesday with a 94-85 loss to North Carolina State in the first round of the ACC tournament to wrap up an 8-24 campaign when they went 3-17 in conference play. Oof. So yeah, not good.
That's
and again, the athletic director there saying, quote, a change is needed.
Sounds like it.
Big time.
Hey, Selection Sunday on Sunday?
Yes, this weekend. Can't wait. Brackets.
March Madness is... It sucks up your time, in case you didn't know that. The average person said 36 hours. They're spent 3 hours filling out brackets. That feels like a lot. How many brackets are you doing?
Well, I told you, my wife, she's there's an ESPN, there's a Yahoo, she's got a work one, she does the one, there's no shortage of brackets. Some of them are just for fun. Some of them there's, a chance to win some money. So, yeah, she's got, I would say on an average year I don't know. I do one, maybe two. I just don't pay enough attention to it. Now that I have numbers, I've actually got, I got on board, so I got numbers. I may pay a little bit more attention, but just to my numbers. But my wife has usually got 6 or 7 of these things printed out.
3 hours filling out brackets, 13 hours watching games. Mm-hmm. Now that I get. 5 hours of highlights, 5 hours discussing it with family and friends and coworkers. 5 hours reading about it online, and 3 hours placing bets, by the way.
Yeah.
26 people are obsessed with March Madness and have skipped work to watch a game.
26%? 26%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which feels like, sure, let's go grab some lunch and a beer. I mean, I hear people doing that
and especially in the first couple of rounds where the games are during the day, all day, and you could say, all right, well, I'm going to take a day off and go just sit around and watch basketball all day.
76 have a favorite team they're pulling for. I would hope so. 30% plan to pick them to win the whole thing, so that their favorite team are going to win it because you're a fan.
If you're picking the Badgers to win it all, you're an idiot. I understand your love for your team, but there ain't no way in hell the Badgers are going to win the tournament.
And the average fan won't lose hope until their favorite team is down 20 points, by the way. And then they're like, yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to happen for me. But March Madness this weekend.
Selection Sunday. That'll be good, though, because, St. Patty's Day, you're sitting around, maybe drinking some beers, eating some corned beef and cabbage. You got your brackets all printed out. You're watching the selection. And then, of course, you got the play-in rounds. And then, yeah. Can't wait. We've got some Blackstone Cherry on the way. Also going to play somebody's effing song in just a couple of minutes. Get in touch with us by visiting rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
That is the Dropkick Murphys with The Boys Are Back. Good week for that request, Chad from Toma. That was his effing song. Got it. And got the gift card from Nikki Paisley, your C21 affiliated realtor. Nice job, Chad.
Well, sounds particularly good this week, doesn't it?
Dropkick Murphys sound good any week. But, of course, when the holidays are right around the corner, yeah.
Parades, good luck charms,
lots of green.
Lots of green, lots of...
Brisket's coming out of the freezer this morning. Later on today. Later this morning. So, got to get all the other stuff as well.
Like
red bliss potatoes, big head of cabbage, carrots.
All right.
I'd stay pretty traditional with it. Might take home that Nesco roaster that we got upstairs that you were telling me about.
A lot of green this weekend everywhere. Saturday, most of the celebrations.
Oh, yeah. Tonight on ABC, Season 7 premiere of 911. It moves from Fox to ABC and premieres tonight.
All right.
Followed by the 20th season premiere of Grey's Anatomy. Doesn't it feel like Grey's Anatomy's been on longer than 20 seasons?
I am watching Grey's Anatomy.
You're binging it?
Yes.
Why?
But well,
This time with my daughters thing?
yes.
Okay.
But I feel like it's been on forever. Well, it has.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but it's
been
only
on.
20 seasons.
Well, it's 20 years.
Yeah, but you also get, I don't know, with Survivor and Amazing Race, I mean, they're
they
in their 40s.
cram more
I know.
into
I'm
one-
just saying. Like, it just feels like Grey's Anatomy's been around for a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
If you didn't get to see it in the theaters, Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, Taylor's version,
Yes.
is on Disney Plus starting today. Third season finale of Children Ruin Everything on the C-Dub. Also, season 7 premiere of Station 19 on ABC tonight. There is a limited series on Apple TV Plus called Apples Never Fall, and it stars Annette Bening and Sam Neill. A drama about a family whose secrets come up to light after the wife goes missing and the husband is suspected of killing her. Also, you got the Law & Order's on tonight. Law & Order SVU, and Law & Order Organized Crime. So Help Me Todd on tonight. Late night shows, Fallon's talking to Casey Musgraves and Deion Sanders. Kimmel's got Oprah. Paul Simon on with Stephen Colbert. Paul Rudd on with Seth Meyers. Did you see the, last week with John Oliver?
Yeah. I
Did you see his half-hour rant about Boeing?
no.
I don't normally like to watch 30-minute videos,
But you couldn't stop.
but it was, yeah. I saw it pop up on Barstool yesterday, and I said, I should probably watch this. This looks... And I, as a person who really doesn't want to fly and might never fly again, it just reinforces that idea. When you see all of the things that happen.
I don't know if I want to. I'm flying in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from last week. I
Wow.
don't know if I want to talk
Maybe
about
wait
that.
till after?
Thanks. Great.
Wait till
Awesome.
after you go on
my
that
God,
flight?
Stop.
Wait till after?
Okay.
Yeah, it's again, if you go to barstoolsports.com, it's one of the highlighted videos. It's again about a half hour long, and this is not his first, foray into big companies and the sort of, mucky muck that goes on with that stuff, but yeah, it was intriguing to watch. That's safe to say. Shaw's out, so we'll handle all the talking today. Apologies. Just get more of us. We've got, what do we got? Pie Day deals. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Today is National Pie Day. 314, right? 3.14, the whole nine.
Yep,
millions of numbers.
And it looks like the rain that we were going to get has mostly moved out of the area, all the way from Eau Claire down. Breezy, but dry conditions, it looks like. Maybe even some sun here and there today, and in the 50s. So a little bit cooler, but desperately needed rain, it looks like, has mostly moved out of the area.
Also, it's National Potato Chip Day.
Okay.
Something I can get behind. Love me some potato chips. And Legal Assistant Day. So if you're a legal assistant, thank you.
Thumbs up. Way to go.
That's not an easy job.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Like you're getting people on the phone that need to call a lawyer.
And you're the in-between.
And and then you have to
Get all the information.
transition that, and then also do a lot of work in the background that maybe doesn't, get a lot of love.
Sure. Look shiny.
We've got Bush coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, it's Blackstone Cherry.
Rock mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
Bush with Everything Zen. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Get in touch with us by visiting rockmornings.com. Got a text from Chris. Said, in honor of St. Paddy's Day, my request is for Chutes and Ladders by Korn. Thanks, guys. Starts out with some bagpipes. Mm-hmm. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. I don't know if I'll be able to get to that one. Also got a text from Rich. Just very upset. You know what platform we need to get rid of instead of TikTok? The government.
Yeah, I hear you.
Why are we really worried about damn videos and not the senile old people that quote unquote run this country? Well, the basics of it are that they think the parent company of the platform is in cahoots with the Chinese government, and then they're using that to spy on Americans. Right? That's sort of the deal.
Yeah, but from everything I look at, I mean, shutting down a social platform, all the legal experts go, that's probably not something that can be accomplished.
I'm with you,
with
though.
online
I'm with you,
freedom
though,
of
Rich,
speech.
in spirit. I'm with you. That's never going to happen. Barring like a major world-changing event, and I'm talking earth-shattering, alien invasion,
There's still
World War
gonna be an
III,
election this
there's going to be a
November, yeah.
government, and we're just going to be
Yes.
run by old people. It's just going to be a long time before that gets hashed out. Sorry, Rich. I can appreciate the level of anger you have, though.
Short term, by the way, most users aren't going to notice anything. The app's going to continue to work because you already have it downloaded, and it's going to take us.
Well, it's not banned
months
yet.
and
They're
months
just
and
they're
months and
they.
months to-
Well, it's not banned yet either. They
right.
voted on it, and
Yes.
they still got to go through the Senate, and then if it goes through that, then it gets on the president's desk, and we'll see what-
170 million Americans have it downloaded already.
yeah.
So removing it will be challenging, to say the least.
Again, visit rockmornings.com to get in touch with us. You can also check out our daily podcast on the website, rockmornings.com, in case you missed something. I was out the other day. I don't remember. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah. Boss man birthday.
Yes.
So I was out riding the Harley, and I stopped at a couple places, ran into some friends, and the D's nuts thing apparently was very funny. Thank you very much. A lot of times we don't get a ton of feedback unless we're getting it here in the studio, on text or email. But when you go out and you run into people and they recite the things that you say on the program, it's kind of heartwarming. It was
That
nice.
was somebody's name.
Yeah, a guy from Green Bay, I believe. And
Didn't make that up. That was real.
I had a couple of guys at the shop tell me that the production level went way down as soon as the D's Nuts thing started. They're like, he couldn't stop laughing, and he kept saying, and because I kept saying it, underneath Shaw while he was trying to deliver the story, and Shaw doesn't get the D's nuts. Yeah. So I said, all right, well, we'll have to try to incorporate D's nuts into the show more often. Maybe we can get that guy on the phone. He's local.
I'd love to talk to him.
You have a collect call from an inmate, right? Is he still
D's
in prison?
Nuts.
From D's Nuts.
Take this call.
Got Breaking Benjamin in a few minutes. Again, visit rockmornings.com to get in touch with us.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9.
Breaking Benjamin, I will not bow. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Looking forward to seeing them at the Lacrosse Center with Daughtry. Just like 10 minutes.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks, isn't it? Right?
2 weeks from next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy. April 2nd. It's a Tuesday night. Daughtry, Catch Your Breath, and Breaking Benjamin Lacrosse Center. You can, of course, get tickets at the center box office or buy them online, Ticketmaster.com. If I were to ask you to describe a husky.
I had a husky. We had a husky.
Tell me how you would describe a husky.
Well, she was very sweet. She shed a lot.
Hairy, very hairy.
And she howled.
Very howly.
Very
talkative, very talkative.
Crystal blue eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Oh my gosh, lovely.
That's a pretty generic but spot on.
And she liked to run. Like
Really?
if she got out, she was going to go that way as far and fast as she could.
Until she couldn't go anymore.
Yes.
Well, I think you're accurate on all counts there, other than maybe the running. That might have been just your husky thing.
Nope.
You think all huskies are like that?
Not at all, but a lot will just, that's in their nature.
Well, they're beautiful dogs. They
Yes.
shed a lot. They have beautiful eyes for the most part,
Yep.
especially if you get the ones with the blue eyes, and they're very talkative.
Yes.
And this husky is now a therapy dog, thanks to the neighbor of a woman who passed away. A woman in her 80s recently died in Dallas, Texas. And a neighbor named Lisa Kanarick, who barely even knew the neighbor, right? The lady who died, barely knew her, just
She was the neighbor.
ended up adopting this woman's elderly dog, a husky named Gaia,
I love this.
Gaia.
Okay.
Gaia spent most of her life inside or in the woman's backyard. 80-year-old lady, probably didn't go out a lot. Dog just kind of was a pet, company, companion, all that stuff. Lisa started taking Gaia on more and more walks and realized that she really loved kids. And now she's working as a therapy dog.
Oh, I bet she's happy as she
So
can be.
Lisa spent the time and energy and money to get Gaia certified as a therapy dog. Her first gig was at a children's hospital. Also helps cheer people up who are in hospice.
2 weeks before Sandra died, she said, I don't know if you've thought about this, but would you like to take her? Sure, I would love to. I think I'm doing this for both of us. She gets to go out and see people, and I get to see the response that she gets when she's out. There's just nothing better than that.
Sandra, the owner, hospitalized, confined to a tiny backyard. Gaia, 9 years old,
Oh, so yeah.
looked very lonely to the neighbor, Lisa.
Yeah.
Offered to walk her at times for the neighbor who was eventually going to pass away. She said, I walked in and then Gaia came up to me very slowly and then I said, oh, hi.
Oh, hi there.
She's a big, beautiful white husky. One walk turned into 3 weeks of walks. Then the question that she wasn't expecting came from Sandra's dear friend saying 2 weeks before Sandra died, I don't know if you've thought about this, but would you like to take her? So they knew this woman's life was coming to an end.
Yes. And she has this elderly dog, and what are you going to do?
Well, and the neighbor's been walking her for a few weeks to
Maybe
help
there's a
out while she's in the
connection.
hospital, right? Barely knew the woman before she passed away. And now she's worked with Gaia and turned her into a therapy dog. And there's pictures and video of her with her special vest on.
Yeah.
Going to the children's hospital and the kids just loving on her.
I have purpose. I
Yeah.
have purpose.
Oh, so beautiful. Gaia brought the, just brought the love to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Someone wrote an essay for the Washington Post saying, quote, Gaia's life changed when she became part of our family. She interacts with the kids down the street.
Yeah.
During our walks, she provides laughter and levity to sick children, all with her tail wagging. She goes with us on road trips and to outdoor festivals where she knows that people will stop to run their hands down her fluffy back or ask her for a high five.
Yeah. Good girl.
Gaia, if you want to give her a Google. Gaia the Husky, who's now a therapy dog. Tim Montana in a bit. Also going to run down some deals for National Pie Day. PI, 3.14, right?
Good hand pie. What?
707.
You've had one before, right?
Good hand pie.
Delicious.
Oh, I've had many a hand pie.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
March 14th, it's National Pie Day.
I love pie.
Pizza pie or dessert pie.
Blueberry, blackberry. Blackberry, boysenberry. Boysenberry, huckleberry. Huckleberry, raspberry. Raspberry, strawberry. Strawberry, cranberry. Peach.
It's not that kind of pie.
It is about math.
Celebration of the mathematical pie that takes place on 3/14.
You're that nerd. March 14th, which is pi 3.14.
Today is National Pie Day.
National Pie Day.
Let's do this.
Ooh, pie. I like pie. I prefer cake, but I like pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had that discussion before. Given the choice, put two in front of me. It's going to go cake. It's the frosting.
Yeah, I'm going pie.
Pi is actually a reference to the mathematical thing, 3.14.
Yes,
Today is
nerdy.
March 14th. And there is a whole ton of Pi Day deals.
Okay.
You're looking to save some money, mostly on the national chains. They're always looking for an excuse to advertise their apps and loyalty member specials and all that crap. 7-Eleven, if you've got one near you, celebrates Pi Day with a $3.14 whole pizza deal.
Oh, okay. Pizza pie.
On March 14th only. Burger King, you can enjoy a free Hershey's Sundae pie with a purchase of $3.14 or more.
Okay. I see what they're doing there.
Casey's, gas station, right?
Yes.
Sort of in the area.
Yep.
Today, only fans can buy any large pizza and get a small pizza, sticks, or wings for $3.14 with the promo code PIDAY, P-I-D-A-Y. Crumble, this is a cookie place, right?
Yes.
I think we're getting one here in La Crosse, aren't we?
We're supposed to. It was supposed to open last fall. I'm starting to wonder.
All Crumble locations will offer a special pie-themed mystery cookie flavor.
And I get it for free?
No, I think it's just a specialty theme, and you still have to pay for it. DiGiorno. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
It's a frozen pie, and what
DiGiorno is introducing its Pizza Rescue Program. Is this like what Pizza Hut did, where you get an emergency pizza, or was that Domino's?
I don't know. What's this?
Remember the emergency pizza, where you get an emergency? Remember hearing the commercials for emergency pizza?
No, but tell me more.
From Pi Day, March 14th through April 11th, people disappointed by pizza delivery or carry-out fails can upload an image of their damaged pizza to DiGiornoPizzaRescue.com for a discount on DiGiorno frozen pizzas. AI-enabled pizza technology will assess the pie fail and unlock a digital coupon based on the amount of damage. So if you're smart and you want to get a coupon for
a free
frozen DiGiorno pizza,
wreck a good pizza
that gets delivered, because you don't have to prove that it actually got wrecked in the delivery, right?
I don't know. Okay, that's a lot of work for a
Can you
frozen
find an
pizza.
image of a ruined pizza on the internet?
I'm saying I'm not ruining a pizza to get a frozen pizza.
Again, it's DiGiornoPizzaRescue.com, and it starts today through April 11th.
Right, okay.
My guess is maybe $1 off at most. Again, deals for National Pie Day. DoorDash, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, March 14th through the 16th. DoorDash offering customers 50% off any pizza with a minimum purchase of $3.14 or more, excluding fees and taxes, from their local Godfather's Pizza or Giordano's, using promo code PIDAY2024 at checkout on DoorDash.
All right.
Obviously, you can Google that if you want more info. It's kind of wordy. Marco's Pizzas. Today only, Marco's Pizzas, National Pie Day, offering a medium one-topping pizza for $3.14 with the purchase of any large or extra-large menu-priced pizza. You have to also use a code PIDAY2024. Offer available for online and app orders only, so you can't just walk in and get that at a Marco's.
Got it. Pie Day.
Marie Callender's pies that the lady burnt in her oven went super viral.
Yeah.
Was her name Karen?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
On March 14th, today only, head to MarieCalendarsMeals.com to claim a special online offer of $3.14 off. Select Marie Callender's frozen multi-serve dessert pies when shopping online at select retailers, including Walmart, Kroger, and Amazon Fresh, while supplies last. Noodles & Company offering reward members $3.14 shareable with the purchase of a regular entree on March 14th. So I'm assuming that's an app.
Appetizer, sounds like, yeah.
That's their version of an appetizer, a shareable. So if you're a reward member at Noodles & Company, you get a shareable for $3.14 with the purchase of a regular entree, today only. Papa John's celebrating Pie Day with garlic epic stuffed crust pizzas starting at just $13.99. If you want a cheaper deal, you opt for the pizza chain's large one-topping original or thin crust for only $8.99. Papa Murphy's, today only. March 14th, fans can get 31.4% off all online orders. No cart minimum, regular priced items only. Have to use the code PIDAY24. That's at Papa Murphy's. Pizza Hut started actually 2 days ago on the 12th. Runs through today. Offering a special guest appreciation deal with a free large one-topping pizza with the purchase of a menu-priced large pizza. To claim the offer, customers click on the deal from the homepage to receive or enter the code free pizza in the cart. You can Google all these, by the way.
I was just going to say, Taco Bell's got the Mexican pizza, which is my favorite, and they just brought it back a couple years ago. $3.14 to rewards members in the app.
But yeah, a lot of national chains doing quote-unquote specials for Pie Day, revolving around pizzas, pies, and $3.14. Give it a Google if you want to find out more, if you're planning on heading out today for some pizza or some pies. Pie Day. It's also Steak and BJ Day.
Should have led with that.
I don't know if you can really get a special on that. You know what I mean? Maybe on a steak.
Text your loved one. That's what that is.
Hey, honey.
Check this out. Send a photo.
Guess what day it is? Green Day after Tim Montana.
Rock mornings on 95.7 The Rock.
Green Day on the Saviors Tour this summer with the Smashing Pumpkins and the Linda Lindas.
Minneapolis?
Target Field. Same as the Foo Fighters, just different weekends.
Got it.
No shortage of concerts this year.
All the live music.
So funny to go through Facebook memories right now and see where we were. Because this was the week 4 years ago when everything changed. And to see how long it took for things to bounce back. And, you know, we had concert tickets for several shows that were supposed to happen in 2020 that obviously didn't occur. And then they got rescheduled, and then they got postponed and rescheduled again. And we were at the point where we're like, we might just get our money back if we can, because we didn't know if the shows were going to happen. It's crazy.
And now there's shows all the time.
Now. Well, and there were bands that were releasing tours, and they were like, we can't go overseas because the rules, right? Things were so different. And now here we are 4 years later, and everybody's like, oh, it's just a cold.
And lots of live music.
Yeah. It's back. Concerts are back. I'm just glad that all the stupid rules about vaccination cards and masks and all that crap are done and over with. Look, you want to wear your mask, you want to get all the vaccines, have at it, bro. Do you. But having to prove with a stupid thing on my phone that I can be here, get out of here. I bought the ticket, all right? That's enough.
Buy the tickets. Go to the shows.
Yes, please. Please support concerts in your area, wherever you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Show up. Let them know you care. Bucks have lost 3 of their last 4 games. They were off last night. They are at home tonight against the 76ers, trying to get right with some home cooking.
They need it.
Well, that West Coast road trip was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
They got beat handily in 2 of those 3 games that they lost on the road. The Big Ten tournament kicked off yesterday. Maryland over Rutgers, 65-51. Penn State beat Michigan, 66-57. Today you've got Michigan State taking on the Gophers at noon. That'll be on the Big Ten Network. Right after that game, about a half hour later, the Badgers will take on Maryland. Should be around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Iowa takes on Ohio State at about 6:30 on the Big Ten Network, and then Indiana and Penn State will wrap things up today for action in the Big Ten tournament. Brew Crew closer Devin Williams has 2 stress fractures in his back, expected to miss around 3 months of time. Not good.
Most of the summer.
Not good. A rematch of a marquee UFC headliner will happen in the boxing ring instead of the cage. Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal will fight again on June 1st at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California, in a boxing match. The 2 fought in the UFC 244 main event back on November 2nd of 2019 at Madison Square Garden for the BMF title. Bad mother. Shut your mouth. Masvidal won that bout via TKO. Diaz and Masvidal contracted for 10 rounds at 175 pounds. And again, that'll be on June 1st. Yesterday, we talked about Aaron Rodgers for vice president. Robert
or
Kennedy,
Jesse Ventura, right?
Was it Robert Kennedy Jr., right?
Yes.
Running on the independent circuit. Talking about maybe having Aaron Rodgers or Jesse Ventura as his vice president. Today, it's Steph Curry as the actual president.
Running?
No, but for some reason I don't. Maybe because we've seen a bunch of former athletes get involved in politics, but it always is a weird. Like Brady got asked this all the time especially when he's getting towards the end of his career. People were asking Brady like, "Oh, you ever thought about going into politics?" well-liked guy, very popular, right? Doesn't really say anything, just kind of gives you a word salad. And people would always ask him, what are you going to do post-playing career? Are you going to go into politics? Same thing with Steph Curry. An appearance on CBS Mornings promoting his second children's book, I Am Extraordinary, aimed at inspiring kids to embrace their uniqueness. Steph Curry was asked by CBS News national correspondent Jerrica Duncan if he'd ever consider a career in politics, specifically running for president after his playing days were over. He said, quote, maybe. I have an interest in leveraging every part of my influence for good in the way that I can. So if that's the way to do it, then I'm not going to say the presidency, but if politics is a way that you can create meaningful change, or if there's another way outside of politics, might be interested in doing that. And speaking of former athletes, Peyton Manning, everywhere. Got the Manning cast. He's in every commercial that's ever been invented since the beginning of time.
I think so, yes.
Well, when you have a forehead that big, it kind of bleeds over from one commercial to the next one.
Very popular.
Well, he's in that Bud Light commercial, right, where he's throwing... I would not want to have Peyton Manning whipping Bud Lights, full unopened Bud Light cans at me in a bar. I'm not trying to catch that. No. Guy's in there just hauling...
Like a rocket.
Just shooting Bud Light cans at people. No thanks. But obviously very popular, Peyton Manning. And he's going to join Mike Tirico now this summer in Paris for the Olympics.
Okay.
So is Kelly. So is Kelly Clarkson.
All the people are going to the Olympics?
Yeah, Peyton Manning set to join NBC's Mike Tirico in Paris this summer to help anchor the network's coverage of the Olympic opening ceremony. Manning won't be the only prominent sidekick to join Tirico on the broadcast. NBC also going to have Grammy Award-winning singer Kelly Clarkson as part of the network's television coverage of the ceremony. The trio announced the news on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon earlier this week. And as we heard, a few weeks ago, Snoop Dogg's going to be doing some stuff for NBC as well. Pulling out all the heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Got Disturbed on the way. Some Foo Fighters as well. Get in touch with us. Visit rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Disturbed. Don't tell me. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. It's funny. I was leaving the building yesterday and just kind of tired. I went home and took a really nice nap yesterday. And I stopped to talk to someone before I left, and they're like, you okay? You sound sick. And I'm like, nah, I'm just tired. And then I started to think, I'm like, I can remember the last time I was sick. Not necessarily COVID, but just in general, just like a cold, just kind of.
I didn't say that out loud.
Whatever. Temp fate. It's no big deal.
Other than getting COVID about a month ago, had a good run of things too. But
and the wife had it, I don't know, about the same time you did. And I didn't, similar to the so it's so weird, right? Because here we are talking about it again. But in the years that since COVID started, I've tested positive twice.
Right. Yep.
And my wife has also tested positive, I think, twice. But the two times that both of us have had it, it was not the same time. It was opposite times. It was so weird. And we didn't, some people went crazy and
sleep in separate
didn't
beds.
leave not that. They slept in one was downstairs, one was upstairs. They didn't talk. I mean, there was sliding stuff under the door. We just kept living life and whatever, But yeah, it was so weird that. And then yesterday, as I was having this conversation with someone before I left, I couldn't remember the last time I got sick, just as a cold. I don't know if the mild winter had anything to do with it. It's not like I'm a picture of health.
It was a very mild winter.
But if you are struggling right now,
yes,
with a sore throat, specifically, not so much with a fever or aches or chills or flu-like symptoms, but if you're struggling with a sore throat, have a nice tall glass of pickle juice.
All right. I'm with you. It's got salt. I understand that.
And that is part of the reasoning
and
here.
And vinegar.
Some people drink pickle juice straight up anyways. I like pickle juice. I don't know if I've ever grabbed a jar of it and been like, ooh, I really want to chug this. I'll eat the pickles. I'll use the pickle juice in a bloody. Maybe do a shot of pickle juice, you know.
It's the salt and the vinegar. Is that the...
But the advice actually comes from an infectious disease specialist who says it works due to the high salt content.
Yeah.
Pickle juice, about 5% salt. And here comes the science. Your body is only 0.4% salt.
Okay.
So any liquid with a higher concentration than that tends to draw water out of your tissue and reduce inflammation. Happens with sugar as well, which is why tea and honey can also help. If your throat is killing you, drink a little pickle juice. Could alleviate some of that pain, but just temporarily, it might only give you about 10 to 15 minutes of relief. So if somebody at work is coughing and struggling, maybe bring in some jars of pickle juice for them. They can just sip on those throughout the day.
Gargle with salt water. Same concept.
It's not a great tip for people with high blood pressure, however, because pickles are loaded with sodium. I didn't know this. 1 pickle spear. 1 pickle spear. Oh, it's cucumber. Oh, it's good for me. It's a vegetable. 1 pickle spear. 1 spear. 1.
What?
Has 33% of the sodium you're supposed to have in a whole day.
I believe that. 1.
1.
What about those giant pickle?
Oh, God.
You like those? The
Love
big,
them.
the leg.
Get them on a stick. Hell yeah. At the fair. Walk around. Giant
That
pickle.
probably has 100% of your sodium.
Oh, and then some. Bread and butter pickles don't have as much salt, so dill pickle juice works the best. Or obviously you could just gargle with salt water. Which is what a lot of people do. But yeah, if you're looking for a thirst quenching solution to your sore throat issue, maybe chugging some pickle juice will help. Just make sure it's of the dill variety. Again, I've never really been like I gotta drink pickle juice guy.
I think Shaw does.
That wouldn't surprise me. He does weird stuff.
I think I remember that from his bloody mix stuff.
He's a strange cat. Like I said, I use it in the bloody, so like,
Yeah.
you put the ice in, and then there's some sort of shaker of some seasoning, a couple of shakes of that. Then you got the vodka in there on the bottom, then a splash of Worcestershire, and then a little bit, I don't know, maybe a shot worth, 2 ounces worth of pickle juice, and then bloody mix. Good to go.
I think he buys little cans of it.
Really? I just save mine from when I use and then I pour them all into one jar, and I've got sort of like
big batches of it.
I've got like an empty pickle jar just full of pickle juice there in my fridge. Seems to do the job. I got to get him to make me bloody mix too. I'm going to get that for Rockfest again this year. Foo Fighters now. Times like these, Shaw out obviously today. We've got Bad News, Happy Music coming up later on. Also the friggin' sports. Get in touch with us. Visit rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Dropkick Murphy shipping up to Boston. St. Patty's Day this weekend. A lot of celebrations all across the state, the region. On Saturday. Recover on Sunday with a Bloody Mary in the morning. Some corned beef and cabbage in the afternoon. Looking forward to that.
Green River in Chicago, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Parades all over the place. A lot of bars, of course, going to be doing St. Patty's Day stuff. Please be responsible. Have fun. Go out. Drink all the beers. Do the Irish car bombs. Bring your shillelagh. But don't drive drunk, all right? No excuse for that anymore. Not in this day and age. Taxis, bus services, the Tavern League, of course, providing safe rides. You got Ubers, you got Lyfts, you got all that stuff. Call a friend, text your mom, whatever. Just don't get behind the wheel of a vehicle after you've been partaking. Please.
So the Green River in Chicago, by the way, starts at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. If you
in terms of like when they start working on it?
Yeah, it's... have you ever seen it? Pictures
Not
of it?
in person. I mean, I've obviously seen pictures of it, but I've never been there in person and seen it.
10 o'clock on Saturday, one of the most unique celebrations in the world. It's where they dye the river green, basically. spectators all along.
You been there?
And in it. And
Well,
no,
yeah, in the parade. Huge parade.
Huge
obviously.
parade, yeah.
No, I've never been to it, but looking forward to my corned beef and cabbage this weekend. What are you doing? You're not eating corned beef and cabbage?
Probably not.
Yeah.
My mother is, though.
I think maybe next year I'll do a shepherd's pie instead.
I love that.
Traditional, though, not like...
With lamb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Some people use like a lamb hamburger mix, and that's erroneous. You should be arrested and thrown in jail for doing that.
Maybe not arrested and thrown in jail. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Got some Metallica coming up in just a bit. Visit rockmornings.com to get in touch with us.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
From the makers of Tax Slayer comes a bold new approach to April 15th. Tax Assassin. Tax Assassin slits your return's throat, watches it bleed, and then spits on its corpse. Not enough for you? Try Tax Arson. Tax Arson sets your return on fire and then snorts the ashes. Still not enough for you? Try Tax Murderer. Tax Murderer shoots your return at point-blank range and disposes of it in a shallow ravine. A little too much? Reel it back with Tax Fake Friend. Tax Fake Friend says nice things to your tax return's face, but behind its back makes fun of its weight. The Tax Slayer family of tax preparation software. Because TurboTax is for the weak. Tax Slayer family not responsible for audits.
I always just have someone do my taxes. I don't, when I was growing up and it was a 1040A or easy or whatever, and I had, the W-2 and you just fill out a few things, even then I was like...
Scared. It's weird.
Terrified that I'm going to get audited, right? Because they instill that fear in you that, like, the audit's the worst thing that could ever happen. The government comes and inspects all your finances and you're like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't get it. I don't even know where all this money's going, right? And then you get married and you buy a house and you have cars and all that crap and retirement and this, that, and the other thing. And yeah, it's easier just to give that to someone else. Let them do it. I think the first couple of years that my wife and I were together dating.
You still tried to do it.
We used software. I still pushed it off of my wife, though. I'm like, you do this. I don't want...
It's more of a you thing than a me thing.
A recent survey of 18 to 26-year-olds, the average young American estimates that they only understand about 44% of the tax filing process. Less than half of it. That seems high.
That seems high.
Because I'll be honest, I don't understand dick about tax filing at all. That's why I pay someone. I'm very happy to pay them to do my taxes for me. I want nothing to do with it. In fact, if I could set it up so that all the stuff goes directly to him, and then I just figure, and then he just calls me and says, here's what's happening. Great. Take me out of the process completely. I'd be very happy.
Gathering all these forms and getting everything together and waiting on this and waiting on that.
It's great. I go there with the forms in a manila envelope. I drop it off, and then about a week later, he calls me and he's like, all right, here's the deal. Here's what you're getting back, and you got to come in and sign this thing. Bam, done. And then he puts it all back in the manila folder, and it goes in a drawer somewhere. And I don't have to think about it ever again.
Well, that's pretty high, I think, of understanding.
I've got Donut, my best friend, two of his sisters work for the IRS. And I'm like, I don't know how the hell you do it. I don't get it at all. 56% of young adults admit they're intimidated by the tax filing process.
That's not just young adults.
Yeah. Wait till you start.
That's all adults.
Well, wait till your tax situation changes. And I'm not talking going up a level in terms of your income. I'm talking about kids,
stuff,
dependents, stocks, shares, 401, all these other things, Oh, God. Again, so worth it just to pay somebody to do it. 28% of people aren't looking forward to it at all.
No, of course not.
Those are probably the people that aren't getting any money back.
Or that work in the industry.
Yeah.
They're at
29% of people in this survey are very much looking forward to filing their taxes. They must know they got a return coming. And 38% say they wish they could use the time they spend doing their taxes to be with loved ones or watching TV instead.
I'd rather be watching TV than doing this.
Yeah, you think? I can think about a million things I'd rather be doing than filing taxes. No, thank you. Should be getting that call sometime this week. Dropped that stuff off last week.
What, a month? April 15th? Is that it?
Yeah. Month from tomorrow. Unless you get an extension, right? As I mentioned, 1995, the only studio album from the band Mad Season, called Above, in stores. Mad Season featuring Lane Staley from Alice in Chains. I think Mike McCready from Pearl Jam was in there as well. And this was the one hit that they had, I guess, if you want to call it a hit. River of Deceit, Mad Season.
Rock mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Oh, man, so good. So good. Mad Season, River of Deceit. Their only studio album in stores on this day in 1995.
Very, very good.
Oh. The friggin' sports with Brian and Gene on Your Rock Mornings. It's brought to you by Aroldis Chapman and his mom. You ready?
Sure.
You sure?
Sure.
You sure?
Positive.
Aroldis Chapman, two-time World Series champion, seven-time All-Star. Shocking baseball fans on Tuesday with a very strange video that he posted to his Instagram story showing the Pirates star sitting on a couch and grabbing an older woman's chest. The video then showed the woman push Chapman's hand away before he started to caress her stomach. Wasn't clear who the woman was, but Sports Illustrated speculated that it was his mother.
Like that? Like
Tooting on her hooters.
Okay.
That was for you, Donut. In a separate video, which was also on Chapman's story, the woman was cooking in a kitchen with another man. The video removed from his Instagram stories by Wednesday afternoon, but of course made its way around social media.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf!
Fans bewildered by the video of him groping an older woman's breasts. Jason Mackey, beat writer for the Pirates at the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, reported that the woman in the video is his mom. It was a, quote, innocent family moment where they joked Aroldis was a mommy's boy and she couldn't wean him from breastfeeding.
Like that's a true statement or that's a joke?
In the video, he's seen acting like an infant.
And those tiggle bitties.
What?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you about all this. There's not a ton of information. Mackey, the writer for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, cited a source with direct knowledge of the situation. But yeah, he's laying on a couch. She's got her arm around him, and he's got his hand right up there, tooting on the hooter. And apparently the joke is, or the story is, that she had trouble weaning him.
He couldn't stop?
Weaning is getting him away from it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's apparently obsessed with mom's breasts because of that.
I know that I've been a lousy dad, but there's only one person to blame for that, your whore mother.
Is it her fault?
No, I don't know. It's not her fault. But that is a weird relationship that didn't need to be caught on video and shared on social media.
Mackey, the writer, again says, quote, my own 2 cents is that it still comes across as very weird. Cultural differences are not tough for anybody online or anywhere to make that connection. Yeah. Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
Groping his mom, making jokes about having trouble getting away from the breastfeeding.
Well, I do have big breasts.
Thank you, Oprah. Pirates are like, come on, dude. Chapman is 36, first year with the Pirates, signed a 1-year, $3.75 million contract in the offseason. Do they have a Mother's Day promotion at the ballpark in May when Mom's Day comes around? Something like that? What are you doing, dude?
I don't know.
Those breasts can be quite large.
Thank you, Shaw. Can't be here today, but can still offer up a little something for the program. Araldus Chapman, told you. Now you're sitting down. See, I knew you weren't prepared.
Yep.
Bad News Happy Music is coming up. Visit rockmornings.com to get in touch with us.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Wouldn't really call this a costume. It's more like a pajama.
Okay.
Lincoln, Nebraska, police there searching for an individual in a Tigger costume who broke into a vape shop back on February 18th. Threw a concrete rock through the window before hopping through it.
I was going to say, Tiggers can bounce, you know.
Yeah, their tops are made of rubber. And I believe, quote me if I'm wrong, or don't quote me if I'm wrong, their bottoms are made of spring.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
The tops are made out of rubber, the bottoms are made out of spring. They're bouncy, trouncy, flouncy, bouncy, fun, 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 fun. But the most wonderful things about Tiggers is I'm the only one.
Apparently not the only one. This one's going to vape shops.
I don't know if being the only Tigger is such a good thing.
He bounces right through the window and took what he wanted.
How are you going to mate and carry on your species there, bro? Did you ever take that into account? You're not going to get a girlfriend?
Tigger didn't think that deep.
The individual in the Tigger costume ran around the store, stole about $500 worth of items off the shelves.
And then bounced out?
According to the story, if you know someone with a Tigger costume or have any information on the case, please call the police or Crime Stoppers in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay. If you have any information about any Tiggers, let us know.
Just anybody that has a Tigger costume in Lincoln, Nebraska, just call the cops on them. While my uncle has one,
yeah,
you might want to check him out.
You might.
Yeah. QVC is still a thing. I don't know if you knew that.
Sorta.
It still exists. For those of you that are under the age of 40,
you could watch shopping.
You can watch television and see items for sale. Like purses, ladders,
toasters,
jewelry, irons. I mean, anything they got, you name it, they got it on QVC. And some of my favorite videos of all time are the QVC fail videos, especially the sword one, where the guy's trying to show you how awesome this samurai sword is, and it breaks, and it stabs him right in the chest. God, it got me. The ladder one is classic, too, where the guy's, it's one of those ladders that does the, 7 different positions, so it's not a traditional A-frame ladder, right, where you go up, you go down, it's got 2 sides and a thing in the middle. No, this is one of those stupid ones with the ratchets. And it's got a bunch of elbows, and it goes flat, so you could walk across it flat, or it goes up, or this, that, or... And he gets on this thing to show you how strong and powerful it is. And he's like a regular-sized dude. He's not some huge 400-pound guy. And the thing just goes down on him, and he just takes it hard in the face. Anyways, that has nothing to do with this story. But QVC...
It's been around for a while.
It's been around for a long time. People right now probably remember it most from the Progressive commercial. Because she's ordering stuff off the QVC. Am I on the TV right now? Mm-hmm. Well, QVC had to issue an apology, not for something they aired on television, but for an email that they sent out about a handbag that went on sale last week. The headline said, quote, this is me quoting QVC's email.
Just to be clear.
Quote, you'll love this bag long time.
Yeah. Love the bag long time?
Not for a long time, but you'll love this bag long time.
Okay. And then they said, we're sorry about that. That was a
Email went out, by the way, last Friday, which was also International Women's Day.
That is true, it was.
QVC's president sending an apology the very same day, calling it, quote, derogatory language that is offensive, particularly to the Asian community and women. Doesn't reflect the company's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. QVC will be making immediate improvements to ensure something like this never happens again.
Good idea. Who are they emailing? Past buyer? People who have bought handbags? Is that?
Yeah. Well, think of a woman
that's buying a handbag off her QVC.
Mid to late 60s, 70s maybe, and has been ordering stuff off of QVC for a long time and is, new handbag. Only 6 of these left. Call in right now, 800-612-6969. Get this up. We got Phyllis on the phone from Lincoln, Nebraska. Phyllis, I love these handbags. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Can I get 5 of them? Yeah, Phyllis. All right, that's it. These are sold out.
If you order now, it comes with
QVC.
A free wallet and a coin purse and a blender.
Oh, coin purse. Now you're really tempting me. It's happened again. Another OnlyFans mom is running the risk of her kid getting expelled from school in #Florida. These moms, these horny moms, they don't get it. They don't grasp the look.
You don't care what she's doing.
I don't care. I'm just saying you have to know this is going to happen. I get it. You want to make a lot of money on the OnlyFans, doing all the OnlyFans stuff. Good for you. Have at it. Do your thing. But you cannot be surprised when the school comes back and says, hey, a bunch of kids found out about your mom's OnlyFans and shared it around the entire school, and now we got to kick your kid out of here because we can't have this in our school. The Florida OnlyFans model is upset that her daughter's school has threatened to expel her. Again, not the daughter's fault.
No, not
Feel
at
bad
all.
for the kid.
Now, see, in this case, is she driving around with a big sticker on her car that...
No, but the kids there found out, and that's the problem. Now...
Well...
Jen Wallander was told that she had to withdraw her daughter from school or immediately delete her OnlyFans account. Uses her social media account to advertise her OnlyFans page, so she must have Facebook and Snaps and all that crap. Her Facebook page and Instagram page contain direct links, by the way, or at least her Instagram does, to her OnlyFans profile. Students from... This is another reason why the expulsion might happen. First Academy Leesburg, a private Christian school in Florida, discovered the OnlyFans account, shared it with their peers, disrupting classes, leading the school administration to become aware of this woman's career choice. School representative gave the mom 2 choices. She says, quote, he gave us the option that we either would withdraw her from school immediately or take down the sites and she could continue with the school year. She's got until March 15th, tomorrow, to make a decision.
Well, now more people know, so that's good.
You're sending your daughter to a private Christian school and you're making porn on the side and you think...
Well, and it isn't even that probably. It's that she shared that on her other social platforms. The kids might have never found it otherwise, right? But that it's out there on...
You can't be, oh my goodness, this is hey, legally you can do all the porn you want. Have at it. But you can't be surprised when the school's like, yo, we don't want any of this. I mean, we just had it here in town. Yeah, making porn. And these are college kids. And the school's like, yo, we can't have that. The two just don't mix. They just don't. I'm sorry. Last but not least, this one is awful. And hopefully this lady gets the max. I get it, dude. You get frustrated with your animals, right? Stop barking. I can't tell you how many times I've yelled at Fenway. Stop barking. There's nothing to bark at. It's so annoying. But punching and hitting and mistreating animals when you're a dog groomer. Yeah. Another #Florida woman. Allegedly subjecting cats and dogs to horrific treatment while the pets were in her care. 41-year-old Diana Stevens allegedly lost her cool on a number of people's pets at a Wolfgang bakery and dog grooming franchise in Sarasota, Florida. A Authorities citing surveillance footage said that Stevens was heard calling a dog a piece of bleep, which, I don't know, verbally abusing it. I mean, calling the dog a piece of bleep. Stevens was bathing a tan golden doodle and the dog was being difficult. Stevens became very upset, punched it with closed fists several times in the ribs and abdomen.
No.
Authorities said that she then punched the innocent dog. She yelled, F you. In another instance, the owner of the grooming salon was seen yanking a dog by its neck. Stevens finally gets the noose around the dog's neck, tightens it all the way, and then yanks the dog up by the noose. You ever seen a dog get groomed? A lot of times they have the thing there to kind of keep their head stable, keep them up from laying down and moving around too much. The dog is hanging by its neck in the air. She hits the dog twice and then spins around in the air.
No.
Witness number 1 stated tethering a cat could cause the cat's neck to break. Stevens would also grab the dogs by the scruff out of frustration. She was aggressive with them while she groomed them. Another witness stated some of the customers complained that their dogs were acting differently when they brought them home. Apparently, this woman also was purchasing French bulldog puppies and keeping them in unsanitary conditions. One of the puppies died after they were left overnight and unsupervised in a sink/bathing tub. So this lady should never be around animals.
Nope. And hopefully that's what her sentence is, besides her jail time and her fines.
Investigators there in Sarasota say it was all captured on surveillance camera. A woman with the Sarasota Police Department said, quote, to press play, rewind, pause, and explain in such detail the violence that was occurring in this business is hard on anybody. 5 incidents recorded were captured in just a 17-day period. She says there's no way to know how long this has been going on. The 5 incidents we found on surveillance video was just in a 17-day period last year. Arrested on 5 counts of felony aggravated animal abuse, 5 counts of felony animal cruelty. Yeah. Again, hopefully the max sentence for this.
And
psycho.
Banned from ever owning animals again.
Yeah. Again, I get the frustration thing, right? It's like, I just want to kill my kids, right? You say that. You don't mean it. You say it, you know, but because you get
wrong business for her.
Oh, totally. Well, and probably felt emboldened by the fact that, you know, oh, these are animals. They're not going to tell anybody.
Right.
Right? Gross. Punishment fit the crime, maybe? One of those situations? Bad news, happy music. Going to get to your emails, text messages in just a couple of minutes. Visit rockmornings.com to get in touch with us. Stone Temple Pilots now.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock. Call.
Hello?
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us.
Check.
We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Visit rockmornings.com to get in touch with us. Rob sent us a text. They should just hang that groomer. Dumb C word. Obviously, if she's convicted. Right now, it's all accusations, all allegations, all that stuff. But yeah. Yeah, anybody who abuses animals like that, it's just disgusting. You got something really wrong with you in your brain. Got a text from Jeff asking about Breaking Benjamin tickets. Said he won some. Wanted to know if the email he got from you was real, or if it was a scam. Said you never know these days. I said it's true, it's real. He said, all right, sweet, thank you. Doc texted in ew when we were talking about Aroldis Chapman and his mom.
Yeah.
And the weaning, tooting on the Hooters. Jim texted in, said the IRS scares me. LOL. It doesn't scare me anymore because I just pay someone to do that. So if anything happens, it's their fault.
I agree with you on that.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, dude, I got the papers in the mail. I sent them to him, and that was it.
He took care of that for me. It's on him or her.
Well worth it. Well worth the money I spent. James in Altoona texted in, said the Dropkicks hit the spot this morning. Wanted to hear some Trust Company. I said I'd try to get to that. He said, I'm digging the playlist today. Paul texted in and said Domino's has the emergency pizzas. Sort of showing up in the they show up in the tree trunk, right? Remember they come out of the tree trunk or like the kitchen and
well, it's Pie Day, so there's lots of pizza and pie specials.
And Rich very upset this morning. We were talking about the potential ban of TikTok, saying, you know what platform we need to get rid of instead of TikTok? The government.
Yeah, I hear you. I second that.
I think some people tried that a couple of years ago and it didn't work out. Now they're all going to jail, right? Isn't that the sitch?
Stay out of jail.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the correspondence. Good to hear from you guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.